This is how to get up from a chair or settee when you've got a bad back. The classic problems, you'll know when you need to use this because this will be you. You'll be sat and you'll know when you go to get up, you'll be a little bit fearful, so you'll put your hands on your knees. You'll bend from here because you're scared, you'll cower a little bit, and you'll get to there, and then the pain will strike, and then you'll be crawling up your hands and legs, or you'll be holding on to something and you'll be fighting your legs and you'll be feeling your legs shake and you'll be slowly getting up and you'll be hurting yourself for no reason. You're injuring that disc and there's no need to do it. This is what you look like when you sit down. Because again, you're scared of sitting down, you start looking to where you want to sit, or you'll start putting your hands down and you'll look, and now you'll be bent and you'll be twisted. And that'll not be comfortable getting up or down in those ways, and everyone does it. When you do that, you're stretching those discs at the back and those ligaments at the back that are injured and are inflamed and need to settle. This is about the pivot point where most people have their problems in their discs, and when you bend from there, if you look at the wrinkles in my shirt at the back there, you can see if you bend from there how they get pulled tight, and that pulls and adds to tearing them. So you don't want to do that. If you see those wrinkles, and if I keep my back straight and I pivot from my ball and socket hip, you can see that those wrinkles don't get pulled. Not even enough tension to pull on a wrinkled shirt. So it'll leave your back alone and let it heal up. So the key is when you're getting up is don't put your hands on your hips. Don't put them on here. That'll make you pivot from here. Don't put them on armrests because you'll only get halfway up. Put them on the tops of your thighs. Keep yourself up as tall as feels comfortable. Some people's back pain, if they go as tall as they can, that hurts too. But there's usually a sweet spot that's as tall as comfortable but isn't slouching. So get yourself as tall as you can and just learn how to pivot from there. So that's what you want to be doing. Your spine stays straight and any wrinkles will just stay there, as opposed to slouching from here, which you don't want to do. So learn that. Pivoting forward, try it a few times without getting up and down, and you should find that that's not terribly painful. It helps to get you to the edge of a chair when you're first learning this, but when you've mastered it, you can do it right from the back. Low settees that put your hips below your knees, you're going to need to get to the edge of them first so that you can get up. So you're pivoting from here. Lean forward until you feel the weight go over your legs. This is pivoting off of your ball and socket joints. A big joint, it can take it. It's built for it, as opposed to these little joints in your back. Leaning forward till you feel the weight on your legs, and then as if you're being pulled up by your chest, back stays straight, and you're up. So your back's not vertical, but it's straight. You just don't want it bent. Sitting down, same thing. Don't fall in the habit of looking behind you or putting your hands down. If you want, if you're feeling a bit fragile, you can use the backs of your legs to feel the chair, but you want to just move away from them a little bit. Just enough to feel it, and then move back. Your back stays straight, but you stick your bottom backwards, pivoting from your hips as you bend your ankles and your knees. So it's not trying to stay vertical. That doesn't work. You won't get very far. It'll hurt your knees and it'll eventually hurt your back. Back straight, stick your bottom backwards as you bend your ankles and your knees. Keep bending them until you've sat. Once you've sat, then pivot back. Pivot from there forward until you feel the weight go over your legs, and then standing straight up. Stick your bottom backwards as you bend your ankles and your knees. If you feel your toes lifting up, it's probably because you got to about there and then you've decided to land vertical and you'll fall back, but before that you'll feel your toes lift up. and that's because you're not bending your ankles enough. You need to have a little bend in the ankles to bring those knees forward. You want to land and then pivot. Pivot and straighten. And it's all from that ball and socket. It may take you a little time to practice just to get your balance right. But the problem is if you feel yourself falling back, it's because you're trying to land vertical. And you don't need to land vertical. You can land like this. No problem. And once you're there, then you can straighten up.